Hello guys, I'm just going to record a video today because I had a fun match versus Lord Baltimore on Antiquity Ladder, and this game in particular I thought was worth casting just because it was some fun. So what we have is Chaos versus Greenskins, and normally you see Grom the Punch, a bunch of fireball kiting, but I thought it could be fun to try the big boy Collect Sun Eater, Chaos Sorcerer Fire on a Manticore, 3 Chaos Spawn, Mirror Guard, and 3 Chaos Warriors, 2 Marauder Horse Masters, and Marauder Horsemen. So it's a limited force, and once I got into the game, I was immediately like, oh crap, spinning loons exist. So maybe this build isn't the best, but I thought it would be fun at the time. Now, thankfully for me, Baltimore is not abusing the spinning loons. He only has 1 Night Goblin that has them, a couple regular goblins, 2 black orcs up front. I think there's a couple nasty skulkers on the map somewhere, but for now I'm only seeing 1. I swear there was 1 later in the game. Savage Orc Biggins, and that's it, besides Biggin, Azhag on his Wyvern, a couple Forest Goblin Spider Riders, along with Wolf Riders for skirmishing. So pretty fun Greenskin force. I honestly thought I had this in the bag when I saw Biggin in the background, because I thought Kolek would go to town on him. But we will see how that goes. It turns out the Biggin is not entirely immune. Marauder Horsemasters firing into the trees of some of these Spider Rider archers, doing good damage, honestly, because they have, what do we have here, 50 armor? Yeah, 50 armor against the low armor piercing of these other skirmishers can actually do pretty well. So initially, I realized that my Chaos Sorcerer Fire was the only thing in the air for my forest, the only thing that could fight with Azhag, and Azhag seems to realize that too, gunning right for me, casting a Spirit Leech offhand and dodging a fireball. So in the start it looks pretty good for Azhag, but I start to pull my units back and get them right next to my Chaos Sorcerer of Fire to defend me. Now while I'm doing this, I am extending a little bit too far at a diagonal direction, so my forces are kind of going in one at a time, taken from that angle. Here Azhag's taking the fight against my Chaos Sorcerer of Fire. I have 45 melee defense. Nope, 34 against his 50 melee attack with poison. So honestly, he's having some terrible RNG right now, not connecting on me more. And that's unfortunate for him. But what is happening for me that was planned is that these 3 skirmish cav are sitting right underneath him, firing up, doing a ton of damage while my front line advances. Here, the skirmish mode is turned off of these Forest Goblin Spider Riders, and they just get collapsed on by Chaos Warriors. They're going to take some free damage for that. I'm getting Spirit Leeched again, but this air fight does seem to be going my way because all my support is directly underneath it. I try casting a fireball at point blank range, but you can see it is not going to work, and Azhag is retreating from that bad situation. Now the front lines have met, unfortunately disjointed, and a lot of my troops are standing still. My attention was elsewhere, but it's not really an excuse for what was going on. But the Mirror Guard and Chaos Spawn are punching through goblins, and I thought they are unbreakable, and they're really good against Skaven. Greenskins are kind of like Skaven in that they're dirty cowards. So I figured even if I lose the fight, as long as they break, it doesn't really matter. Chaos War is going to push up, try to support these Chaos Spawn. These ones are almost dead already just from the Orc Boy support. But I've already, if you see, pushed some Chaos Spawns and Mirror Guard up to attack these Orc Boys. So they're having a bad time. Kolek's getting in the back. I wanted him to duel Biggin, and Azhag takes a fireball in the butt for his efforts. Over here, Skirmish Cav fighting other Skirmish Cav. My Chaos Warriors are still kind of chasing after these Forest Goblin Spider Riders, but pretty soon I'll take them and pull them in here. And the Manticore Summoner is just staying safe. Now, Kolek is being attacked on both sides by Azhag the Slaughter, but a little bit of a mistake by Lord Baltimore leaving him in combat too long so I can turn around and just club him twice in the back as he runs. Azhag is nearly dead, he is broken, and there's a fireball coming for him. I think he's either going to die or rat off the map from that. Nope, it hits the ground? No, he was fine. Perfect. But out Kolek, I thought he would do really well against the Biggin, but he is not having a good time. It's getting worked on by him, nasty skulkers are behind him, and generally it is a bad time. So I'm probably going to pull him out of there pretty soon, though he's taking a lot of work. The Mirror Guard pushing up, getting through more goblins, and as I had hoped, the front line, even though health trades are going to the Greenskins, honestly, in a couple places, their leadership is just killing them. So Kolek is going to pull away from this bad situation. And the Chaos Sorcerer of Fire, even though he's wounded, is going to chase off routing units that cannot attack back. Here, Kolek's going to try to take advantage of these terrified units. I believe they rally, and there's a big pocket of doomed units over here that if I can keep chasing them off the map, that would be good. The Greenskin Spider Corps has been having troubles fighting the Marauder Horse Masters and are currently rallying. They do need to be grabbed and pulled back to fight me. Meanwhile, I'm pulling these guys up to fight some Black Orcs. Kolek's still trying to harass these fleeing units, but being careful to avoid the biggin. He does not have a lot of health left for what's going on here. Chaos Sorcerer Fire is coming back and is ready to escort another unit off the battlefield while he recharges his Winds of Magic that he blew aggressively, overcasting fireballs in the early game. So Kolek did manage to evade the Rogue Idol. It only has a speed of 31, he has a speed of 78, so he's effectively cavalry and he can easily just run past them. So that big dragon over Shaggoth is going to chase off all those cowardly goblins. Here we broke some Black Orcs. I'm going to make sure that my Chaos Sorcerer Fire gets on them and chases them right off the map as well. And in the center, the archers have broken. So now I take this big blob of elite infantry and Chaos Spawn. I'm just going to run them after the archers. And that is a mistake, as they seem to be outrunning me, which is a problem. Kolek does get smoke bombed over here, but these goblins are going to break immediately, and without any support, I doubt the nasty skulkers will get too much done on Kolek before getting terrified themselves. Here we have some Marauder Horse Masters pulling through, just going to go into melee and help Kolek out, make sure nothing happens to him, because his leadership isn't doing great either, and he is right next to the map, and I do need him for the rest of this game. Balance power is in favor of the Greenskins right now, but there's still a lot of the game to be played. These archers are still routing. Force Goblins, Spider Riders, and Wolf Riders are running dangerously low on ammo, and their ammo doesn't pack that much of a punch in all honesty anyway. A great hit by the Rogue Idol onto my healthiest unit of Chaos Warriors, and Day Peak Loonies, the Aurora Night Goblins, are fighting quite well against another unit of Chaos Warriors. You can see back here with the Horsemaster support, Kolek managed to push off those nasty skulkers and all those other units of Greenskins, including the Error Boys, who had plenty of ammo. It's good to get them off the field. I do overchase here a lot onto these Orc Auror Boys, trying to take them out. I forget how darn fast Orc Auror Boys are compared to Chaos Spawn. Their 42 speed should mean they catch up to them, but they have kind of odd attack animations and will frequently break off. These Marauder Horsemasters are just skirmishing a bit with the others, the Greenskin skirmishers, just around the Rogue Idol. We're just avoiding him for large part, using him as cover. And Kolek's coming over to help break off some of these very wounded rallying units. Chaos Sorcerer Fire did succeed in chasing off that unit of Black Orcs, and now is coming back into the picture. And these Night Goblins, for anybody who doesn't know, is they are unbreakable, which means their leadership will always stay 100 no matter what you do. You cannot rout them off. A very good Loon cast going there, spinning through all of my guys, deeply wounding these 3 units of Chaos Warriors. One of them even breaks. And I'm going to pull in all these units right here. The Chaos Spawn should make quick work of the Night Goblins. Since they're unbreakable, I just kind of need to get them off the field, because my real chance at winning here is a mass rout of the Greenskins. As we can see in melee, the Marauder Horsemasters are clearly the masters, and kicking the absolute shit out of these goblins, pushing them off the map as well. But the Rogue Idol's coming, so I do have to get out of there soon. Chaos Sorcerer Fire's coming over here. I figured these Orc Auror Boys were low enough on leadership that if I cast a Fireball on them... Oh wait, no, I cast a Burning Head. Because Burning Head has its own special leadership debuff called Burnt, and unfortunately for Lord Baltimore, those Forest Goblin Spider Riders also right in there, get the Burnt leadership debuff, and with a terror-causing Manticore ripping through them, immediately break off. Here, the Aurora Night Goblins are finally dead, and there are no more unbreakable units on the battlefield. I'm trying to pull the Marauder Horsemasters away from the side of the map before they break, but they get terrified of the Rogue Idol and run right off. That is bad for me. This other unit of extremely wounded Horsemasters also runs. Chaos Sorcerer of Fire is going to chase off these Orc Auror Boys and Goblin Rider, Forest Goblin, Spider Rider Archers. I don't want that poison in the late game debuffing my stats of whoever they attack, so I'm just going to jump on them, make sure they shatter. Here the Chaos Force is regrouping, just getting all my boys together. Kolek is extremely wounded, so I mostly need him for his leadership, but we do have 8 Chaos Spawn who are unbreakable, and the Rogue Idol is really the only thing left on the map that I have to fear, and though my health looks low, even if these were full health, the Rogue Idol would pretty much one-shot a unit of Chaos Spawn anyway. So it's the models that matter more to me. Also, more models means more swings, means more damage. But their low health does not perturb me too much. Over here, the Chaos Sorcerer Lord is just trying to shatter these units, make sure they won't come back, but I decide I need him more over here instead, and I start to pull him over. I do want to get a leadership debuff, because I don't believe, at this point in the game, I remember not thinking I can kill the Rogue Idol, but having played Greenskins plenty, I know that Rogue Idols are actually surprisingly easy to break usually, especially when surrounded and without support. So he's only at 72 leadership now. If I can just surround him and beat the crap out of him, he might break, and that is the plan. The bounce power is dead even at this point in the game, and there's very little left for either side. And the charge is coming on. Kolek's going to run in and cast Standard Die, giving everybody 24 melee defense and 16 leadership, but he immediately just takes a massive hit. His 70 melee defense is not helping him very much at all, and he's going to probably break here pretty soon. Burning Head being cast on the Swords just to apply that leadership debuff and get them out of here. Kolek taking a little bit more damage. His leadership dipping negative, positive, then negative again, and he is going to break and get out of there. Chaos Sorcerer of Fire is diving down behind, and it is just the Rogue Idol now. Everything else is broken off or too far away to help. His leadership is down to 25, bouncing around in that area, but he's surrounded and taking attacks on all sides. I believe, he's not winning in melee combat, otherwise he would get a boost, but another massive hit onto the Chaos Sorcerer of Fire. This Rogue Idol doesn't give a single shit about what's going on. He's going to start rampaging, though his leadership is down to 17. It's very low, and his health is getting chipped down as he has only 27 melee defense and a big model to keep hitting. He blinked into one leadership there for a second, blinked back and forth. His leadership's extremely inconsistent, but if I can just get it negative for long enough, it'll be okay. Over here we have the Mirror Guard and a single Chaos Spawn just wailing on this guy. And I believe Kolek is rallying in the distance with 4 leadership. I'm going to try to bring him back and bring his buffs online, maybe get a charge attack on the Rogue Idol. Rogue Idol is at 1,500 health. Kolek's coming in. I need to slow it down at this point because, well, that's too slow. Alright. These Chaos Warriors are barely hanging on. And then at one point, it looks almost like Army Losses is going to kick in as I have 916 health on him, and his leadership flashed down, but everything that can break does, except for this one Chaos Spawn is going to be fighting the Rogue Idol. His leadership is so low, and he's going to try to swing at that Chaos Spawn, but somehow misses. It's going to keep wailing on him. Go, little guy, go! This pink abomination of flesh just gets crumped under the Rogue Idol, and it had 6 leadership left when he died. But Kolek has rallied at the distance. Maybe he can come back. Maybe he can swing. The bounce power is still dead even though no one has any health. But all of a sudden, for no reason, Kolek breaks, and that is the end. I enjoyed that game a lot. Had a lot of fun. It was a fun series overall with Lord Baltimore, but that one was worth casting. Aztec did okay. Got some good hits onto my Sorcerer, and then died to Kolek. 8-Peak Loons did fine. Archers did, one did great, one did poorly. Black Orcs and Biggins honestly got crumped. Skirmish Cav did okay, but really Biggin carried super hard for Lord Baltimore this game. On my side, Kolek did well. Chaos Sorcerer Fire did fine. Chaos Warriors didn't do that great, honestly. Skirmish Cav did great, and I liked the Chaos Spawn. I thought they did really well. So it was a fun game.